In this episode of Minecraft Hardcore, I finished the entirety of the castle. Well, the first part of it, that is. I didn't complete that back part, you know, way back there, but we're gonna ignore that for now. I even finally terraformed parts of the edge of the island so that the castle is not just floating anymore. I should probably, like, blur this stuff or something, though, because if I just show you guys everything at the start, you're not gonna watch the video. So let's just start the episode. Welcome back, everyone, to Minecraft Hardcore Season 4. We're back here at the spawn base. We're going to be doing a lot more progress here, starting with this bridge. I've been struggling with this bridge for quite a long time, and I don't like this design. I kept it when I made it last episode because I didn't know if it would kind of grow on me, but it sucks. And I went in, I made a new design in my creative world, and it looks a lot better, so we're going to get to deconstructing this one and, well, making a new one. The issue with this bridge is that I've been trying to make it ascend the closer it gets to the castle, as you can see. And because of that, I couldn't really do your typical arch designs that look really good on bridges. So for this new design, I scratched that and I did just a flat bridge that goes straight across. And it looks a lot better, the only problem being we still need to find a way for the terrain over here to raise up so that the bridge can go straight across properly. But honestly, that doesn't sound like a problem I want to tackle yet, so we're going to ignore it. I'll figure it out eventually or something. Alright, so the crappy design is gone now, and we can move on to putting in the good one. So we're going to have a bit of a central pillar here, and then obviously it'll arch into both directions like that. And now with the bridge even leveled, it's a lot easier to come up with a cool design for a bridge. That was the whole issue, that it wasn't equal level. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. So there we go. There's the two parts of the bridges done. And honestly, I think I like it. I think I really like these bridge designs. We just need to extend this up now, and then we'll tackle this later. We can't just do a staircase leading up to it because you would need to get, like, wagons and stuff into this castle. So it should be, like, a gradual kind of curve downwards so that you can push wagons and whatever else up to the bridge. So let's just extend this middle pillar up and we can get to work on the castle. But we'll get into the rest of the terraforming around this bridge later, because honestly, I still don't know what I'm going to do, and I'm too lazy to figure it out. So we're going to get started on the castle here. I'm going to begin work along this back road that goes up towards, like, the main kind of royal palace area of the castle. I don't really know what to call it. I'll just start working along this road and build some things up, fill in this little gap here, and just see how much I can get done. So, silly old me forgot to press the start recording button for the time-lapse, so there was a bit of progress made off camera, but it's not much. I just built up part of a building. The progress is coming along steadily along this back road here. As you can see, we have a couple things here built up, a few buildings, then we have this big one. There's this little thing back here, which I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing with, but it's here. We have this thing that we can do some stuff on, and I'm getting a bit tired, actually, of the stone colors, just the gray everywhere, so I've already designed a bit more of the castle in my creative world, and I'm going to be using deep slate a bit on these next couple buildings, and it got me really wanting to kind of use deep slate more in the castle, so I might be going back and changing some parts of this castle to deep slate, or not even deep slate, maybe just other blocks in general to kind of change up the stoniness a bit, you know? But before we get into more progress, I have a bit of an announcement. So December 1st, 2021 is actually the 1-year anniversary of this world. And coincidentally, the day before the 1-year anniversary is actually the day they release Caves and Cliffs Part 2. So we're going to be doing something for the 1-year anniversary, which I'm going to announce now. You guys should probably have seen a community post about it already, though I'm not sure. Basically, the other day, I actually fixed all of my PC's internet issues that I've been having over the past year since I first got this PC. So I should be able to stream consistently now because it's completely fixed this time. Unless, well, it should be. So we're going to be having a 2-day stream event where I'm going to stream on both days. The first part on the 30th, where I go through the new update, and the second part on December 1st, when we do some stuff for the 1-year anniversary of the world. But on day 2, the actual 1-year anniversary, I've already started doing some design work for things we're going to be building up. So I'm pretty excited for that. And if you can't make it to watch the stream, or you just don't want to watch the whole multiple hour long stream, I will be editing the streams down into their own individual videos about the same length as a hardcore episode, so you guys can see the highlights there. And before people start to correct me, I know the first video of Hardcore Season 4 released on December 3rd, but I started the world on December 1st. So the video about the 1-year anniversary should be coming out on the year anniversary of the first video to kind of match up. So don't worry, I got it all. I know my own world's history, so everything should be in order, but that's enough blabbering. Let's get back into more progress. I want to quickly build up this back little road here. It's going to connect up about there, I think, where that cobblestone is. It's going to kind of curve along and go straight up. Oh, but of course, I'm like completely out of stone, almost, so I have to put some more of that. Alright, so we have some stuff built up along this back alleyway now, as you can see. I didn't quite finish up the alley along this side because I don't exactly know what I'm doing here, but I did build up these couple things here, which I'm not actually too sure about it because they kind of mesh together weird. There's still a bunch of detailing we need to do because although I did the texture variation, I didn't add much to the big flat walls, as you can see, and that needs to change. Even along this one, I didn't actually do the texturing because I forgot for this one. But also along this big tower, I still need to do something to it because it looks very bare. But I think now this whole kind of center block is finished. Yeah, it looks like it because with that alley kind of splits it down the middle, or not down the middle, but you know, it splits it off from the buildings over here, and so we have this nice little middle block. And then of course there's this building, which I wasn't too sure about at first, having the dual towers, like. It's one tower, but it's technically two merged into one, you see? I wasn't too sure on that, but I think this part is looking pretty good. I think I'm liking where this is going. We should definitely be able to finish up at least this kind of area around here up to the gatehouse. So there's just, we could fit two, three, four buildings in this little L-shaped, and maybe a couple here because there's the tower right here. So in this little space, we could fit probably 2. I already have one of them designed. I have the gatehouse and towers designed as well. It's just this main L shape and one building here I have left to do. But we're going to get straight back into things. This building here, I think I mentioned earlier, I want to try deep slate, as you can see. I added a little bit here, and I'm not sure about how it works there. But I want a deep slate building right here, so I think I actually need to go mine some more deep slate. Unfortunately, I thought I was finally finished with that, but nope, we still gotta do some mining. I don't even want to look at my statistics to see how much I've mined. 18,000, that is how much deep slate I've mined. Good to know. Okay, so we have another decent amount of progress done here. We have this big deep slate building complete, and of course, the gatehouse into the big main castle that goes back here. And with that complete, we're actually getting pretty darn close to finishing up the first part of this castle. I mean, this is like the only empty space we have left. We have this little thing here, and that there, and then once we decorate the streets and clean up parts of the castle, we can move on to the part we're actually going to be living in. And I've actually fully designed this part of the castle in my creative world already, so we're pretty much ready to finish off the last of this part of the castle, and then, well, we're on to the big stuff. I don't know if we're going to finish all of this in one big go, but I'm going to give it a try. So I was kind of moving a bit fast there and not giving you much time to catch your breath from the montage before I jumped into a time lapse, so I got to fill the time with something. Well, what to do? Oh, you guys can subscribe. I forgot about that. Yeah, you see that big red button? I can't even do that. I never do this. I straight up can't. It just feels wrong. Just do it if you want. I don't know. Just get into the time. Just get into the time lapse. Alright, so it looks like we have the last of the castle built up here. Obviously not the last of the castle, we still have that stuff. But this first part of the castle is done, as you can see, for the most part. I still really quickly want to go through. We need to clean up the streets because areas like back here, you can see it doesn't really look good and it's all stone. It needs to be that stuff. And we still have a bunch of just big flat walls with no design. Like, we got to add stuff like this to the front of these to kind of fix them up, make them look not as ugly. And then we gotta kind of liven the streets up a bit, because they're pretty dead, even in just the current state. Like, there's nothing here, so we gotta add something. And then hopefully before this episode ends, we can build up like the rest of the custom cliffs along the side here, although I'm changing it from what the design is currently. This is not staying. However, I need to get this video out by tomorrow, because the day after tomorrow is the double live stream event thing I'm doing, and I want to have this video out before then so you guys can catch up on everything that happened between the stream and last episode. But yeah, of the buildings we've made, I think this one's one of my favorite. I really like this little spruce tower peak thing I made. I didn't want to just have like another blue one, even though I really do like the blue stuff we have around here. I wanted something different. But obviously the back needs some work, but we'll fix that another time, maybe. But yeah, let's quickly get to work on finishing up these streets here. There we go. So now this is kind of mixed up a bit more. And then, of course, there's these little edges we got to do as well. I think I got most of it now. Most of these little areas are all kind of cleaned up. But we got to add all the doors in place as well, so you can't just see into the empty interiors. I'm just going to say now, I'm not going to do any interiors unless I have to. Like these ones, I'll probably have to do these interiors unless I do a different door for them. But anything other than those that I can get away with not doing, I won't do them. So we're just going to add the doors to them and pretend like the interiors exist. And there's, of course, parts like this. That's just empty. What even is this? This wall needs texturing. And then there's parts like this, which are just like, what do I even do here? We're just like in the catacombs of the castle. Like, we're underneath all these empty... Oh, there's another hole. What is... Oh, it's this. Yeah, I should probably fix up this as well. Here's another one. Oh no, this one's good enough. It's at least patched up a little bit. Let's just fill this in with some quick BS. And then we can do like the... Sure, that works. And then we strip it all. Good enough. Now, one of the big issues is this big flat wall thing here. We gotta fix this up with something, and I have somewhat of an idea. You can just add like a little thing here. Like, I don't even know what it would be, but just like something, you know, like a little thing. Yeah, I mean, it looks like we have a giant bar of chocolate popped off the side of this building, but it works. That's how you build in this game. You just continuously add little somethings to your builds. That is an example of a little something. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's something. And look, you can stand up here. Well, it's like a guard tower. You shoot people invading. Yeah, there you go. So we'll add a door. I'm not gonna add a door. And then, oh, there's still this big empty area. No biggie, a window will fix that. Boom. That's fine now. Oh, a window would look great here. Boom. There's a window. Not a flat wall anymore. How do we fill up this giant wall of something? Well, I don't know. We could maybe do a deep slate thing. There. We have something. Now we add a window to each side. And boom. It's no longer a big flat wall. See, now look at that. That wall's taken care of. And we have like a little thing here for a window. And then we put like, I don't know, these, and then boom. That's a window thing. Not a flat wall anymore. Still looks a bit too flat, so we add that thing. I mean, it works. And here we put like a mini version of the thing we put on the tower, you know? Yeah, this works. Boom. It's a little something. And it adds to the build. Kind of. Now it's not a... Yeah. We'll just leave it at that. I mean, I think this is okay for now. We just have little random things sticking off the buildings, and it breaks it up, you know? There's no longer just giant flat walls. Now here comes the dreaded part. I have to find out how to fill up these random holes that are sitting around. I think this was kind of the first one. There's just a hole here. And like... I don't know how I'm gonna fill it up. Yep, this is fine. Totally normal looking. Just... Yeah, this looks okay. I think I can leave it like this. I mean, to be fair, you're never gonna see that. Like, look at that. That's the most you're ever gonna see of it. Maybe if you're, like, coming in from this angle. Still, it looks fine. It looks perfect, honestly. Nothing wrong with it at all. This one, on the other hand, is gonna be a bit more of a challenge to fill. There we go. I think that worked. That actually does work. Like, honestly, that looks perfectly fine. I don't think there's any more, like, random gaps in just... Yeah, I mean, there's this, but you're never gonna see this either, so it should be fine. Oh, I found another one. How do we deal with this one? I have a pretty out there idea. I don't know if this will work, but I'm gonna give it a try. It's very bold, so we're just gonna have to see. I mean, I think that works. Genuinely, I think that works. Yeah, totally. So what I was thinking for this area, we just make like a little tree thing. Just a little guy, you know? Like, I don't know, just something kind of simple like this, you know? Like, I think this... Yeah, that's okay. We can add, like, another one here. Yeah, a little garden thing. It's, like, bright green leaves and then, like, depressing bushes. That works, yeah. I think now we can move on to, like, trying to liven up the streets a bit, you know? And the first idea is something I did in the city. Well, we're pretty much just gonna copy what we did in the city. We're gonna use chests, scaffolding, whatever these things are, bushes and pots. We're gonna use, like, these, you know? Do all this kind of stuff. There we go. I think I'm pretty happy with how these streets have turned out. From above, too, a lot of them are entities, so quite a few stuff does disappear, so it doesn't look very busy from, like, afar. But I think I like it. I think this is pretty cool looking when you're down here, seeing how busy the streets are. But I think it's time now to get into building up the custom terrain along the edge of the castle. Now, I didn't want to use just stone like I did initially with this and that down there, because I don't want just gray and gray for the castle, you know, gray castle, gray cliffs. So I'm using a bit of darker blocks, like a darker gradient for the cliffs. You'll see as I make it. And I'm gonna finally customize this terrain all around this edge and up to the sea arch on both ends and have a complete front face of the castle. So it's time to go collect the materials and get to work. Wow, I am really liking the look of this so far. As you can see, I've done a lot of work here along the edges, and I've done the same trees that I always do because I'm not good at making other custom trees. But I think it looks nice, and then similarly to what we have by the bank, we have this kind of the azalea leaves followed with sweetberry bushes, moss and stuff. But then the cliffs are probably what you're really looking at here. I think the cliffs are quite nice. I was thinking for a while before I started this, I was like, I don't want to just do stone. I should get something else, maybe deep slate, maybe this block, but I didn't really stop to think, oh, maybe we use like a gradient going up. So I have like a little mix here. You can see it starts with basalt, then it goes to just regular deep slate, then to acacia wood, and then tuff. I had the basalt left over from the Wither Volcano project. I don't know what exactly I got the basalt for, but I mined a bunch of basalt at some point for something. I don't remember what it was for. And then, yeah, I think that looks pretty nice. You'll notice I didn't even do the right side here because, well, to be honest, I just don't have the time. Because when I do this side, I'm going to want to change all of this to the new block palette for the cliffs. And I just don't have the time because I need to get this video out tomorrow so you guys can be all caught up for the stream days. But yeah, I'm quite happy with the progress. I mean, we've made so much progress today. Like an absolutely absurd amount of progress. And then, of course, I mentioned this a while ago. I want like a waterfall. I have this like little pond thing, and then it kind of goes off in two directions. So you can see the gradient continues up going into andesite and then stone. And I think it looks pretty nice. It kind of highlights this middle island here. And obviously that reminds me, I haven't like brought everything down into the ocean more. I'm going to do that at some point, but I'm just not putting in the time for that right now. I just don't, because, well, I don't have the time. Next episode, I don't exactly know what we'll be doing. Next episode, we might actually take a break from the castle and focus on finishing up this side of the city, because I'm still unsure. I have a few new ideas for that side of the castle that I'm still trying to decide on, so I might do something different, and depending on how long it takes me to think of it, we might have to do like a filler episode. Maybe we finally figure out how we're connecting the bridge to the land. I don't know. But that's going to be it for this episode. So thank you all for watching this episode of Minecraft Hardcore. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like to let me know, and subscribe if you want to see more videos from the series and content similar to this. See you guys next time.